What is up, guys? Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to our fourth rendition of Commander Caucus Live, a stream made by me for you, the people. I don't come in here with a script. I just come in here ready to vent, ready to praise whatever the platform needs itself and needs me to lend to this week. And I feel like we ain't gotta do too much crashing out this week. You know, we crashed out a little bit last week. We kumbaya a little bit last week. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The Green Bay Packers broke me. But who would have thought that the Las Vegas Raiders was the best chicken noodle soup that I could ever have? We gave them boys straight belt the ass. So thank you guys for tuning in to the fourth rendition of Commander Caucus Live, Week 4 edition. How are y'all doing? Make sure y'all flood the comment section. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Make sure y'all smash that subscribe button so you're not missing any of this content from Bleeding B&G. Because I don't know if y'all done seen it. We going crazy with the content. We are going crazy with the content. This week alone, we've already dropped our game recap. We have already dropped our reaction video. And we've already dropped our vlog. Y'all need to show them vlogs some more love. I'm not even going to lie to you. If you a day one Bleeding B&G supporter, y'all need to go ahead and show them vlogs some more love. Not even going to hold you. I would really appreciate that support. But go ahead while you here with us in the live stream, go ahead and smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. And if you want to support the channel, you know, I don't want to panhandle too much. But if you would love to support the channel, you can go ahead and look at the ticker at the bottom. You can send a Cash App donation, which I would greatly appreciate, or you can send a super chat. And the benefits and the perks about the super chat is that you jump the line. No matter how many people infiltrate this comment section and infiltrate this chat tonight, if you send a super chat, no matter when you send that super chat, you will be getting a response within the next minute. You will be getting a response within the next minute. Super chats do take priority. But for everybody that's in the chat right now, how we doing? How we feeling about this? YT Rennie, what's good, gang? How are you? How are you? Happy Monday. Thank you guys for taking time out of your Wednesday evening to come spend some time with Bleeding B&G. CT, what's up, gang? What's up? How are you? How are you? Good evening. Good evening. Who is this? Good evening, David. What's up, man? How are you? How are you, Dave? How we feeling this week? How we feeling this week, guys? Oh, there you go, Rennie. You burying the lead. You burying the lead. Oh shit. Here we go. They already cutting up in the chat. They're already cutting up in the chat. So my guy Rennie said, how are we feeling about this upcoming game? So I think that's where we need to start. I'm feeling okay about this coming game. And one of the biggest reasons why is because our guy, Jayden Daniels, is back at practice in a limited fashion today. Y'all can see him on the field making some throws. Full transparency. Y'all know my stream got demonetized last week because I'm over here giving y'all screenshots of Ian Rappaport tweets. So, you know, just pulling a lens. So y'all, this is what we gotta go through as content creators and YouTubers to give y'all full access for everything Commanders over here Bleeding B&G. So guess what? I went ahead and kept that stream up, kept the tweets up, and didn't make no money from that stream, you know, but it's all good. It's all good. But how am I feeling about this upcoming game? I'm feeling good. The Atlanta Falcons got belt the ass put to them by the Carolina Panthers. And even if Jayden Daniels doesn't play, we saw what Super Mario Marcus Mariota was out there doing. Now, I don't think that he's capable of doing that in a 17-game sample. But I think that the revenge game angle really is something when we're talking about Marcus Mariota. We saw Brad damn near crying after this game when they put belt the ass to the Vegas Raiders. So I think these type of games mean something to him. And if I'm being 100% honest, I think that the Atlanta Falcons game might mean a little more to him than the Las Vegas Raiders. You know, they put smut on his name. They was throwing dirt on Mariota's name when he was leaving out of Atlanta. So I think that he would love and cherish in a moment of shit, potentially, you know, writing Raheem Morris's coaching death sentence with the Atlanta Falcons and putting him out of business. Because y'all done seen their radios talking about it. They let Dan Quinn and Marcus Mariota put – who the Atlanta Falcons think they are, bro? Who do the Atlanta Falcons think they are? It's the same shit that the Detroit – like, bro, act like y'all been here before. Oh, y'all haven't. I forgot. First and foremost, got to talk about We Duff. What type of language is that, CT? We definitely got to talk about D-Duff, though. I don't know. We got to talk about We Duff. But the depth is definitely getting tested. The depth is definitely getting tested. I ain't never seen. If y'all look at our injury report from today, the first practice of the week, the injury report looked crazy. That shit looked like a CVS receipt. That shit looked like a real CVS receipt. And I've never seen an injury report be that long in week 3 of the season. Shit, I guess week 4 at this point. And if you a day one bleeding BNG supporter, and if you've been tapped into the streams for the last couple of months, y'all know I was questioning some of the rigor of this training camp. Now, I ain't saying that it was Club J, but I was talking about how these training camp, practices, the days that I was boosting the ground at Ashburn was 45 minutes long. I'm like, bro, how much work can you really get done in 45 minutes? Now, I'll be naive to not think that there's a direct correlation there. I'll be naive to not think that. Now, I'm not over here to say, oh, I told you so. This is the reason why all these players are hurt. And I'm not here to really run a victory lap like my man Fat still say. He said he definitely here for the victory lap. And I feel like I already know what victory lap you're talking about, bro. I feel like I already know what victory lap you're talking about. And to be 100% honest, it ain't even a victory lap. It's not even a victory lap because I'm not happy at the fact that Terry McLaurin might be potentially seriously hurt. And I don't even want to put that on his name because we don't know. But y'all know y'all come to Bleed and BNG for the most raw, uncut, and unfiltered analysis on your Washington Commanders. Let's be real for a second. Players don't get second and third options when the first option, second and third opinions when the first opinion was good. Players don't seek out multiple opinions when the first opinion was something that they wanted to hear, contrary to what Dan Quinn said at the press conference. Yeah, I know that we look at Dan Quinn press conferences with burgundy and gold lenses because it's a stark contrast from Ron Rivera press conferences. Dan Quinn be selling you a crock of bullshit a lot of times. And I'm not even saying that it's not a good thing. I'm not even saying that. Sometimes I want my coach to sell me bullshit. I don't need to know everything that's going on in the walls at Ashburn. But him acting like players just get second and third and fourth opinions on injuries like it's candy, he was lying to y'all today. And I hope y'all know that. I hope that y'all were able to see through the bullshit. And my man George said, so what's really going on with Terry's injury? Is it bad enough to be out several weeks, or is it a minor injury? We don't know. George, I don't know. I know y'all know that despite all the predictions that end up coming true, I know y'all think that I got a bug over there in Ashburn, but I don't. I really don't know. I hope that it's not potentially serious. But going back to what I said, players don't get third and fourth opinions when the first opinion that they got is something that they wanted to hear. Now, going back to the victory lap that my man Fat still said he came for, I guess he coming for the victory lap because I told y'all that this was gonna happen. I told y'all that this shit was gonna happen. And y'all wanted my head at a fucking pitchfork. Y'all wanted my head at the traffic light because I was just simply making observations based off of the damn near 30 years of data that I got from watching football. I told y'all this shit was going to happen. Just like I said, I don't know if there's a direct correlation to the amount of injuries and the lack of rigor from the training camp practices that I saw. I don't know if there's a direct correlation to Terry McLaurin holding out all of fucking training camp and then him ending up being potentially serious with a soft tissue injury potentially. But I'll be naive to not acknowledge the thought that might be affecting that might have an effect in this scenario. I might be naive to think that. No, I'm not. I'm just real. And we saw it with Brandon Ayuk, and it's a tale as old as time. 30-plus-year-old wide receivers that miss an entire summer because they're in contract negotiations and holding out for a contract tend to not have the most productive seasons the following or the ensuing season after missing said training camp. It just is what it is. Like I said, we saw it with Brandon Ayuk last year, and he's not even 30. The data gets even worse for receivers that's over 30, and I know that Terry McLaurin just turned 30 last week. But I know a lot of y'all want to believe that he's younger than what he is. Y'all be trying Benjamin Button, Terry McLaurin because y'all love him to death. Terry McLaurin is not going to be the first person whose age just magically changed, y'all. He's a 30-year-old wide receiver. And I'll be naive to not think that his first explosive play of the season opened it up for what, a 56-yard play. Amazing. I'm a fan of it. Hey, I was in the stadium screaming my fucking lungs out when it happened. But I'll be remiss to not think that the first time that he had to really open it up this season, reach out for the goal line. We don't know when he injured that quad. We don't know if it was on the tackle. We don't know if it's a strain. We don't know. And that's what I love from this organization is that a lot of things don't really get out. We really got to put our Inspector Gadget hat on and, call some of these shots over here at Bleeding B&G because a lot of things don't get out of this organization. But if that's the victory that you're looking for, Spencer, I ain't really letting you down. I hope I ain't letting you down, but I'm not happy that Terry McLaurin ain't practicing. I'm not happy that Terry McLaurin might potentially miss this week and potentially more weeks, but I told you so. That's what y'all wanted to hear. I told you so. Y'all know they hate on X. They hate me on X when I say I told you so. They be ready to kill me when I post that crystal ball. But here's the thing, y'all. I wouldn't post a crystal ball if I was wrong. So why don't y'all try to not hate as much? And I don't even want to say that I got haters, but that's what it come off as. And just appreciate the foresight. Appreciate the foresight and the insight. I'm going to kick this off by saying Terry being hurt is a good and bad thing. We all love Terry and what he means to this organization, but it gives Luke and Jaylen a chance to shine. I get what you're saying, Dave, and you're not wrong. First off, what's good, Tyrone? How are you, gang? Thank you for supporting. Thank you for spending your Wednesday evening with the boy. I get what you're saying, Dave, and you're not wrong. You're not wrong by any means, but I don't see any silver lining coming out of this because no matter how many chances that we give Luke and Jaylen Lane, y'all know I've been singing Jaylen Lane's praises since the day that we drafted him. I've been talking about how his closest athletic comp is Tyreek Hill, and that's not glazing. That's the truth. That's not glazing. That's the truth. I've been talking about how Tyreek Hill was once a day 3 wide receiver that was looked at one point as just solely making an impact in the return game, and we see that he blossomed to a goddamn 2,000-yard receiver, right? So I've been singing Jaylen Lane's praises more than the common man. But I think Jaylen Lane has a long way to go as far as playing the receiver. We saw the explosiveness that he had on that 90-yard touchdown, and we see all the potential and why we want to put the balls in his hands. Pause. The ball in his hands. But even in the drop touchdown that he had on what should have been an offsides call, I don't know if he dropped it because he was more worried about the flag, but you got to come up with those plays. Injuries are concerning me too, Deli. But I hate to be shallow, but injuries are a part of the game. I'm not devalidating or invalidating your feelings by any means. But the reason why I don't want to sit and talk about as many injuries as we have, because if you look around the league, there's a whole bunch of teams that started out with a whole bunch of injuries. That's just how September football is. Now, have they suffered as many season-long or long injuries that we've had? I don't know. And that's where the concern is, where it's not much coming out about, other than the guys that's been declared out all season, it's not really much information coming out about anybody else. We finna cook. Oh, there we go. You ain't lying, Tyrone. We are definitely. I'm here with you. I'm here with you. We definitely finished to cook some birds this week. We going bird hunting. 2-in-1 move. We going bird hunting. We going bird hunting. NATL. We going bird hunting in front of the men, the women, and the Transformers. We are going bird hunting in ATL. I'm with you, Ty. Hold on, let's go. Let's get back to the comments though, because I might have to hit the bird. I think I got I might have to hit the bird flu on them boys. We about to beat them boys so bad. I ain't gonna lie though, y'all know the boy, the degenerate gambler himself. He be tapped into all the lines in Vegas. How you feel about this line moving from, I think it was we were a 5-point favorite or 3-point favorite right at the end of the Vegas game to a 1.5-point favorite now. Does that have to do with Terry McLaurin? Love Terry McLaurin more than the next man, but I don't know if he's missing or if he's affecting the line 1.5 points. Was the Vegas know that Jayden really ain't playing, bro. Leave it up to Jayden Daniels, though. That nigga so cerebral, bro. He had me thinking he was ready to play last week, and I know damn well he wasn't. Scale of 1 to 10, what's the level of concern? I'm at a 5.5. For the game this week, or for as far as the roster, the status of the roster and injuries. For the game this week, I ain't really too concerned. Because I think that we could be I was about to get crazy. I was about to say I think we could beat the Atlanta Falcons with Sam Hartman, but who the fuck? I'm lying like shit. We can't beat the Mather with Sam Hartman. We can't beat a 5 for the home game, a 5 for the game. So we on 5. We got a 5 on the nervous scale for the game. Everybody, hey, all right. So everybody's worried about injuries, and I get it. Like I said, I'm worried about injuries too. But come on. I've seen it too much in the chat. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come on, give me a couple more. Breathe in. Breathe out. It's the Falcons, y'all. It's the Falcons. They could try me and you out there at safety. Now, if we talking about for the season, I get it. But who's to say that a guy like Darnell Savage doesn't end up being an upgrade over Will Harris? Now, I know Will Harris had a tremendous week 1. His week 2, you might as well have been putting me out there at the safety position. He was so damn bad. And he ain't really stand out outside of making a play on Brock Bowers this week. That was a hell of a play. But it ain't like Will Harris was this Pro Bowl safety before he came here. And his requisite play since he's been here ain't like he been screaming, oh, yeah, that D-line. That D-line. See, y'all messing with my ADHD now, bro. I can't focus on one thought. But who's to say that Darnell Savage won't be better than Will Harris? That's why I'm not too concerned. These guys have done their due diligence. Like, we got real people in the front office. This ain't like when we had Joe Schmo and Joe Blow up in the front office, and we was getting guys from your local 7-Eleven to come, fill in at the 3rd and 4th strings. We got real quality NFL players at the 3rd and 4th string positions that are going to be called to contribute. What's up, Cam? How you? Give me 1 second. Does it say we can't load the comments? Why can't we load the comments? What we doing? Why can't we load the comments? But, yeah, I'm not super concerned about the injuries as far as Atlanta Falcons go now. It's a long season. If we can get some of these guys back, I get it. If we can get some of these guys back, I'm praying for it. But it's football. It's football. I'm not going to complain about something that I waited damn near 8 months for, right? Like, unless we got Sam Hartman at quarterback. I don't want to go too crazy. Unless we got Sam Hartman at quarterback, I'm gonna watch every Sunday and think that we got a chance. Shit, we can put Josh Johnson out there. Michael Penix looked like he forgot how to throw a pass this week. So if we got the D-line looking like fucking hound dogs like they were last week, and y'all really come for a victory lap, here's a victory lap that I want to run. That Terry McLaurin shit, I hope he come back. I told y'all about Javon Kinlaw, bro. And what y'all say? Oh, you glazing AP, bro. Oh, you think you know it all. You think you know ball. No. I told y'all about Javon Kinlaw. I told y'all at the very least he was going to be an improvement over John Allen, right? And that don't take much. You can give me real 3rd-tier D tackle play to be an improvement over 2024 John Allen. But y'all think that a guy that's worked with Daryl Tapp and Adam Peters in the past, y'all think that these guys with the football acumen that we give them credit of having, y'all think that they just going to keep bringing guys back that they don't think can play football? Like, this is what I'm talking about when I try to say that I'm trying to open up your eyes over here, Bleeding BNG. I want you to laugh every time that you tune into the stream, but I want you to learn not only football, but I want you to learn this coach speak and everything about the ins and the outs of the NFL a little better. It was just weird because he was running this F after Luke School. You talking about Terry? Man, adrenaline is a motherfucker, bro. Darius Geis played like a whole half after tearing his ACL. I've seen it and with my own eyes. Adrenaline is a motherfucker. So I wouldn't really take too much out of Terry doing a morning stroll to go get that touchdown ball for Luke McCaffrey. It does show how solid of a person Terry is, though, that he's insistent like that's his job. He talked about doing it after Bill Ja'Cory Cross-Scheme scored his first touchdown. Where it's like, I don't even care if I'm hurt. I don't even care if I'm wounded. I'm gonna go get that first touchdown ball for my guy. So shout out to Terry. I get why y'all love him, but just because you an upstanding citizen don't make you a top 5 wide receiver. It's just the facts. It's just the facts. I was with you. I knew this shit was coming. Yeah. Real ball knowers, real football connoisseurs aren't surprised by this Terry McLaurin injury. That's why I said I'm not here to run a victory lap. I'm not happy this nigga's hurt, but like, come on, I ain't even gonna say read between the lines. Stevie Wonder could have saw this. Ray Charles could have saw this. Gearing up for that Chargers W. Are you talking about Jayden? You talking about Jayden? Because I have an airy feeling we ain't gonna see Jayden to the Chargers game either. You talking about Jayden, Cam? Some more footage from Jayden from practice. Y'all know StreamYard, every time I come on the stream, they like to hit me with that good old dial-up Wi-Fi. So it's a still picture of Jayden Daniels at practice. Jayden Daniels says it's up to the doctors when asked if he's going to play this Sunday, but says that he feels good. Y'all need to go watch this press conference. Jayden's crazy. And this shows why, like, this is what it takes to be an elite quarterback. And, like, Jayden's fucking nuts, bro. You can tell that he was mad as shit that he ain't play on Saturday. And we've heard every report that's come out regarding Saturday and saying that he was nowhere close to playing. Believe it to the source, he had you thinking that they had to fucking tie him down for him not to play because he thought that he was ready to go. Jayden Daniels is a fucking nut, bro. They asked him, what was his reaction when Dan Quinn told him that he wasn't going to be going this week. He didn't even want to tell him what was said. He was like, yeah, that shit wasn't good. That shit wasn't good at all. Jayden's fucking insane, bro. Let's see. Does it any more quotes? Miss Jackson. Miss Jackson. Any more quotes from today's press conference? How much running and cutting have you been able to do so far? He said enough to feel good if I play on Sunday. So to hear him say that on Wednesday, like I said, I'm going to take it with a grain of salt because the nigga is insane. But Jayden Daniels' foresight and Jayden Daniels' opinion, he think that he can go today. I need Lane to show some dog. He seemed too passive, has a real opportunity to put a chokehold on the slot if he can catch. The speed shows on tape. You talking about as a receiver, right, CT? Yeah, as a receiver, I'm with you 100%. The good thing, though, is that day 3 special teamers, the way that they get more snaps on the offensive side of the ball is by doing what he did on Sunday and showing that he needs the ball in his hands. Watch, we're going to start seeing, and I even thought this when we drafted him, that yeah, Debo's going to get a lot of these manufactured touches out the backfield, end around shit. We saw the nigga running a wildcat. But that was Jalen Lane's game at Middle Tennessee. Like, that's all he did at Middle Tennessee. He opened up his game a bit at Virginia Tech, even though that passing game was inept because Kyron Drones fucking sucks. But, yeah, I just think that he's still lacking some of the nuances at the wide receiver position where I think that's where you think that he's being passive because he's trying to overcompensate with thinking about the nuances because he know it doesn't come natural to him at a point. But I do think that he definitely has an opportunity with, just how dynamic he is of an athlete of, moving up the depth chart and getting more looks and more touches and more ops. What's up, Dubs? The Dubs family. Shout out, gang. I appreciate you taking time out of your Wednesday to spend it with the boy. What else we talking about? Facts. And he will continue to age. I love Terry like everybody else, but we have to get a grip of reality. It ain't no reality in Commanders to community. They look at everything, especially with Terry McLaurin through burgundy and gold tinted lenses. You know that. Just want to take the time out of the stream, though, to let you guys know or to ask you guys to smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, tell a friend to come join us. Every Wednesday, we giving you the platform. This is a stream made by me for you, though. I don't come in here with a script. I don't come in here with a strip either. I don't come in here with a script. The way that this stream is going to go is dictated off what y'all cutting up in and saying in the chat. So go ahead, infiltrate the chat. Let me know how y'all feeling. We're going to need to crash out at some points. We crashed out a little bit after the Green Bay Packers lost, but when you put 40 points up, a 40 burger, 41 points on the Las Vegas Raiders with your backup quarterback, I think we need to sing this team's praises. Right now, I'm getting a lot of SOS messages about our injuries, which I understand, which I get, but y'all about to make me sad. Chill. And y'all know ball. I get it. Y'all some real official ball knowers over there, and y'all know the effect that injuries can have on a team. I get it. But chill. We 2-1. Like I said, we can throw Josh Johnson out that bitch and beat the Atlanta Falcons. But watch. Just because I see this line moving to 1.5, watch the Atlanta Falcons give us the fucking game of our lives. Not saying they're going to blow us out, but if we end up winning, is a reason why that line moved to 1.5. Come on, y'all. Y'all got to keep that third eye open with Vegas. First of all, they already mad that we beat this shit out of their hometown team last week. Y'all got to keep that third eye open because a lot of money is going to be on that Washington money line, that Washington minus 1.5. If we win, watch we win by like 1 point. We paid Terry on some loyalty type-ish. 30 million was borderline reckless. I know he's sick, though, that he hurt. Looking like prime Rivera is 2024, maybe 13 tutties, maybe an anomaly. 13 tutties was definitely an anomaly. And I was saying this in the summertime when we were talking about Terry McLaurin's contract negotiations. The minute that we realized that touchdowns is much more of a quarterback dependent stat than we would like to realize or that we would like to acknowledge, then we'll understand why the Terry McLaurin negotiations went the way that they did. Y'all, there's a reason why Terry McLaurin got nowhere near 13 touchdowns with them sorry-ass quarterbacks that y'all love to say that he played with. Terry McLaurin definitely played with some sorry-ass quarterbacks. He did. But y'all don't think that the uptick in touchdowns had anything to do with Jayden Daniels? In the red zone, where accuracy is supreme, where play extension is supreme. That's where a lot of Terry McLaurin's touchdowns came from last year. Off Jayden Daniels just being dead-eye accurate and extending the play. Now, a couple of those touchdowns, especially in the playoffs, that don't cut to the third, that don't count towards the 13 touchdowns that we're talking about right now. Yeah, a couple of those touchdowns, straight Terry McLaurin, bubble screen, taking slants to the house. But those 13 in the regular season, y'all let me know how many was from Jayden Daniels. There's a reason why he was getting 4 and 7 with Sam Hartman and Sam Howell and Taylor Heineke. Yeah, he played with ass quarterbacks. But we can't talk about 13 touchdowns and not acknowledge that he played that with Jayden Daniels either. Like, come on. And that's not just the Terry McLaurin. You know, y'all love to think that I hate Terry McLaurin. That's across the league. That's across the league. There's a reason why year in and year out, a lot of the receiving touchdown leaders are receivers that have some of the best quarterbacks in the league. It's a quarterback-dependent stat. It's okay. That's not a Terry McLaurin knock. If McLaurin is injured, then Luke McCaffrey has to step up. If not now, then it's never. And I hope Ja'Cory Brooks gets promoted to the 53. Damn, George. Luke Tutty wasn't enough. We can't go from Luke getting 4 snaps in week 1 to expecting Luke to have 75 yards. We can't do that. I think Luke showed enough promise. I'll be fine with a good 3 catches for 25 yards from Luke McCaffrey, because guess what? That's 3 more catches and 25 more yards that I was getting before this past week. And we still got the backup quarterback as of right now. And if we're talking about all these injuries that we sustaining, you know, I can't expect Luke McCaffrey to go out there and turn into his daddy. I can't expect Luke McCaffrey to go out there and who the best wide receiver of all time. I can't expect. I'm not saying he's the best wide receiver of all time. It's just the first white receiver that came to my mind. I can't expect Luke McCaffrey to be out there and turn it into Wes Welker. I can't do that. Shout out to Wes Welker. He on the coaching staff. We could probably Freaky Friday Wes Welker into Luke McCaffrey's body, but who the fuck wants a 47-year-old Wes Welker? Injury, yeah, Arian. I'm like that too. I'm at that point. And it might be with me turning 30 this year. I'm at that, get off my get off my lawn age. You know, my knee be hurting every morning. But I'm at the point where I'll acknowledge it, but I ain't about to just keep talking about injuries, bro. Yeah, we got them, but like, it's football. It's football. I'd rather watch injured Commander football than have no Commander football at all. You going to be in the ATL for the game Sunday? Hey, Deli, do I need to be in ATL for the game on Sunday? I ain't planning on it, but let me know. Let me know. ATL probably the cheapest flight. They probably got $11 flights on Spirit right now from DC to ATL. Let me know. Do I need to pull up? Do I need to pull up? It's homecoming season. We got a homecoming this weekend. Y'all let me know. October right around the corner. I think it's a little too early for AUC homecoming, so I might not be there. But guess what? Shit. Homecoming season gonna be over by the time we see y'all in the playoffs again, or them in the playoffs again. Atlanta not making the playoffs. What the fuck am I talking about? What am I talking about? Definitely going bird hunting, Tyrone. Definitely going bird hunting. Hey, Chip, I think I got the bird flu. I'm tired of selling packs. I think I need it. Rest in peace, little Scooter. Rest in peace, little Scooter. Falcons will be desperate and will fire their best shot this week because if Washington blows them out, the fan base will turn on Penix. Yes. The command, and that's what I think I'm most nervous about going into this game. I get you guys nervous of being nervous about injuries. I totally understand it. But yeah, I've talked about how they got 30 balled by the Carolina Panthers and they didn't score. Y'all know the NFL is the greatest reality TV show of all time. It'll be just our luck, and it'll be so NFL for the Falcons to come out there and put up 35 points and fucking Michael Penix look like the second coming of Mike Vick out that bitch. That'll be so NFL, right? And that's I'm Vegas is telling y'all, they letting y'all know like that might happen. There's a reason why that line is only 1.5 points. There's a reason why that line is only 1.5 points. We went from 3 because of Terry, which I don't agree with. No, yeah. If you think that's because of Terry, Arian, and I ain't saying that you're wrong. I don't think so because I don't think that Terry is worth or affects spread by 2 points. And that's not a knock to Terry McLaurin. I got to give disclaimers every time I talk about fucking Terry McLaurin now. That's not a knock to Terry McLaurin. Most players in the NFL are not going to move a line 2 points. I think that Vegas just doesn't think that Jayden's going to play, which I don't as of right now at 7:50 p.m. on Wednesday. Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I'm not reporting anything. That's just my opinion. I don't think that Jayden's playing this week, even though contrary to what the fuck he would have led you to believe based off of that press conference, Jayden's fucking insane, bro. Y'all seen that picture of Jayden standing in the tunnel behind Marcus Mariota from the game on Sunday? I think my guy Dula Visions called that. Nigga was looking like Slasho Bob in that bitch, bro. The nigga's crazy. Living Kentucky, 4 hours away from Atlanta, going to the game on Sunday, so the Golden Boy better. Oh, shit, Kevin. I'm sorry. I should have read your comment first. Kevin, I think Jayden's going to play. I think Jayden's going to play just because I want you to go see the Burgundy and Golden Boy play. So, fuck all I just said 3 minutes ago. Go ahead, enjoy yourself in Atlanta, and it's fucking Hurricane Katrina outside. No shade to anybody that lost anybody in Hurricane Katrina, but it's raining cats and dogs if y'all hear anything or if the stream starts to lag. But we're going to keep it going. We're going to keep it going. Rain or shine. What I say the other day, Marcus Mariota, Jayden Daniels, Caucus Spaniels. Commanders by a lot. Commanders by a lot. But I hope, not in all seriousness though, I hope that Jayden does get a chance to play, Kevin. And you get a chance to watch him. Yeah, we can't beat the Bowie Bulldogs with Sam Hartman. We couldn't beat the Bowie Bulldog. I promise you, my quarterback, my senior year at Bowie was better than Sam Hartman. He at least had more velocity on his passes. Now the accuracy, y'all know PG football, them niggas was throwing like crackheads, but the velocity, yeah, he definitely had more velocity than Sam Hartman. Sam Hartman be throwing up them the moon balls from he throw a moon ball on the 10-yard out. He thought, let's see, what else we talking about? Bro, Javon Kinlow's a dog. I don't even think it's on the low. When you got fucking baptized in the run game as much as we did last year. I think Javon Kinlow's impact is prevalent. I think it's clear as day. Hey, Ashton Genty been ass all 3 weeks. But outside of, I think he had 3 decent carries. But if you take away those 3 carries, and I know I'm cherry picking, but this stat was crazy. If you take away those 3 carries where he had like 14, I think 9 and 12 yards, Ashton Genty had 17 yards on the other 14 carries. That's your D tackle. That's your D lineman. That's your D lineman. And I still don't think that we got an edge that's capable of containing the edge that's worth a damn. But, you know, if Preston Smith can get any of his legs back, because I thought that he looked like a shell of himself last year once Pittsburgh traded for him. I think he looked like a shell of himself before Pittsburgh traded for him. I don't know why the fuck Pittsburgh traded for him. But if he can get any juice back, if he can feel revigorated, that he's back with his original franchise that gave him a chance, I don't even need him to be a dynamic pass rusher. If he could hold up the edge, I think that we good to go. And I think that we got the sheer girth and tonnage. Shout out to Skip Bayless. I think we got the sheer girth and tonnage with Payne and Kinlaw at the defensive tackle position now to compete with offensive lines like the Detroit Lions and the Philadelphia Eagles. So I know we talk about the Philadelphia Eagles a lot, and I get it. They got fucking demigods on their offensive line. Y'all see the way the Detroit Lions was moving the Baltimore Ravens off the ball on Monday night. Not last year, on Monday night. Did y'all see the way the Detroit Lions was moving the Baltimore Ravens off the ball on Monday night? In my 30 years of life, I ain't seen the Baltimore Ravens ever get bullied like that. So we not only got to prepare for the Philadelphia Eagles offensive line, but the Detroit Lions offensive line. There's some other good offensive lines in the NFC as well. The Packers offensive line, you see, we ain't do shit against them. I can't hold Guy Savage looking like something we need in the DB room. Like man, you know, he getting smut on his name, and they doing the what's the opposite of giving him his flowers? They giving him the don't let the door split you type of exit out of Jacksonville, making it seem like he was a coaching cancer, and you know that he just simply wasn't a scheme fit. But Darnell Savage has been a better NFL player than Will Harris, and I think they're the same age. I think Darnell Savage might be younger. I think Will Harris turns 30 this year. Let me look up Darnell Savage's age really quickly. Darnell Savage. Yeah, Darnell Savage younger, bro. But so who's to say that he's not an upgrade? We got to let AP cook. I get the injuries. We got a real GM know that I promise you, he got a plan for all of these injuries. Y'all swear that I hate Terry McLaurin because I was signing with Adam Peters. No, I just have that much faith in Adam Peters' football acumen. I even started to look at him a little sideways when the initial numbers came out on Terry McLaurin and niggas was saying 3 for 96. But then we realized there was some elevator deals in there, some incentives. I was like, oh, yeah, that's the Adam I know. That's my boy. Where Mitch Tinsley at, though? Asking for – see, there you go, bro. You know where Mitch Tinsley at, bro. You know where Mitch Tinsley at. We ain't even about to start asking about Mitch Tinsley. We did enough of that last month. We ain't about to start asking about Mitch Tinsley now because we got a couple of injuries. He's not coming. He not coming. Bruh had a crazy catch in week 1. That done solidified his roster spot for the year. Man, I got to give you your pops and Javon K analysis because they both been balling. I appreciate it, Deli. I appreciate it. Let's go back. Let me see if I can find that tweet that where I was trying to tell y'all about Javon Kinlaw. It was literally like 5 minutes after y'all was crashing out about the Javon Kinlaw signing. I said, simmer down. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Y'all gotta bear with me in the dial up. Let's get back to the chat while the dial up working. Can't be worse than Luke. Jalen Lane, yeah, Jalen Lane. I don't think it's worse than Luke, but bro, like it's like being like the tallest midget, bro. Like it ain't a lot to go. You ain't like it's a lot of receivers better than Luke. Like I ain't got to do much to be better than Luke. That's the point that I'm getting at. Like yeah, I know he had a tutty, but saying that he can't be worse than Luke don't mean that he could be a wide receiver 1 in this league. Don't mean that he could be a slot in this league. Luke done lost his like Luke had 4 snaps on against week 1 against the New York Giants. So it ain't like Luke out there getting a whole bunch of target shares. Yeah, I think Jalen. I hope that Jalen Lane is better than Luke McCaffrey. Oh yeah, y'all really about to y'all really about to act like I ain't tweet about Javon Keller. Don't worry, we gonna find it. We gonna find it. Cause X hating on me right now. Elon wilding right now. Doris Armstrong, Javon Keller, and Deron Payne. That's the comment, Mo. That is the comment, Cam. That is the motherfucking comment. Doris Armstrong playing at an all-pro level right now. Y'all know he lead the NFL in QB hits and pressures. Dorrance fucking Armstrong, bruh blitzing from out. I mean, bruh rushing from outside, rushing from inside, dropping back in coverage. Dorrance Armstrong, you know, I've been asking for a couple of weeks. Dorrance Armstrong might have been the nigga that zapped Frankie Louvu from his powers. I think I cracked the code, y'all. I found him. I found the imposter. Doris Armstrong and Frankie Louvu got Freaky Friday. I'm convinced. Because the same hero on fire, just fucking relentless rush plan that I saw from Frankie Louvu, who don't have a lick of pass rushing moves in his fucking arsenal. Like Frankie Louvu was getting sacks last year off straight Samoan pride and will. He ain't got a pass rush move to save his life. But that same relentless pressure and relentless rush plan that I saw from Frankie Louvu, I'm seeing from Dorrance Armstrong this year, and he happens to have a couple of pass rush moves. He ain't just out there headbutting niggas like Frankie Louvu. Oh, they really hating. They really hating. So X really hating. They really gonna act like I ain't tweet about Javon Keller, right? They really doing that right now. All right, here we go. I think we might be getting somewhere, y'all. As I said, if y'all hear that, it's raining cats and dogs outside. It's crazy. But as I'm looking for this Javon Keller Javon Keller tweet, go ahead and smash that like button, smash that subscribe button for me. And we found it. In the meantime, if you want to support the channel, you can see the ticker on the bottom. You can leave a Cash App donation, which would be greatly appreciated. But if you don't want to do that, which is perfectly fine, you can go ahead and leave a super chat where your comment is going to jump to the top of the chat. You can leave that comment right now. And I promise we backloaded on comments. I got comments that I haven't even gotten to from 15 minutes ago that I'm about to get to now. But if you send a super chat, we're going to get to your comment first, for sure. We're going to get to your comment first, for sure. All right, here's the tweet. I said both Adam Peters and Daryl Tapp have history with Javon Keller. They know what they're getting. Leave it to Commander fans to act like we got finesse, though. Is that victory lap worthy? Is that victory lap worthy, guys? I told y'all that 6 months ago on March 10th, the day we signed Javon Keller. And the national media was telling y'all he was a bust. Like, come on. I need to go put on my specs. I need to go put on my track specs. I know y'all came for the Terry victory lap. I'm kind of sad that he hurt. But I can run this Javon Keller victory lap all day long. I was wrong about Kinlaw. I thought that contract was crazy work. And that contract looking like a bargain now, ain't it, George? Because guess what? And it ain't even like Javon Kinlaw is providing eye-popping numbers. You don't need eye-popping numbers with the type of scheme that we play, and you play in the defensive tackle position. Just destroy a motherfucker. Hit a motherfucker in his face. Don't give up ground like John Allen was doing 75% of the snaps last year. And I told y'all, Payne just had to get away from John Allen. Don't ask me why. He just had to. We see it. Deron Payne, contract year, Deron Payne turns into fucking Aaron Donald. Penix was overhyped all 3 games last season. Ain't too worried about GM, more so wide receiver weapons. Seeing what happened with Green Bay. Exactly. I'm not too worried about Penix. And to be quite honest, Penix was overhyped based off of one college football season, which was an amazing season. But before his last year at Washington, people was talking about him being a 4th rounder, bro. people was talking about him potentially being undrafted due to his medical history. So I think Penix is right in a two-year high as far as his football career goes, because I don't think that he's that, but he definitely got some weapons. He definitely got some weapons. Even in the game where I'm trying to take all the positive vibes from when we put 40 points up with our backup quarterback, I still got to acknowledge the fact that we let the most alias ass fucking pass catchers go crazy on us. Who the fuck is Trey Tucker, bruh? Who the fuck is Trey Tucker, and why the fuck did we have him looking like Prime Santana Moss the other day? Now, he might have been looking like Prime Santana Moss. Or better than Prime Santana Moss. Santana? No, yes. Santana did have a 3-touchdown game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Our defense had Trey Tucker looking like 2006 Santana Moss against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And we're good to make, we're known to make the most alias fucking pass catcher go off. Oh, if you got a UFL wide receiver, make him active the day they play the Washington defense. Y'all see Marshawn Lattimore was getting cooked by special team gunners against Green Bay. Who the fuck is Malik Heath? Who the fuck is Malik Heath? They calling that man Black Tuna. Who the fuck are they calling Black Tuna, CC? Who are they calling Black Tuna? Who are they calling Black Tuna, bro? What? Mariota revenge game number 2. Yeah, Mike. You know, I talked about that angle at the beginning of the stream. You be seeing he was ready. He was crying. Marcus Mariota was crying. Tears of joy, but he was super emotional after the Vegas game just this past week. In interviews right directly after the game, talking about his journey. You know, Marcus Mariota is a real introspective guy, right? But I think that he's chomping at the bit to get back at the Atlanta Falcons. He's chomping at the bit to get back at the Atlanta Falcons. They made it seem like he was fucking AWOL. He realized was an AWOL quarterback during that 2022 season. Now we got more, you know, insight and information when he did that quarterback documentary on Netflix, where it kind of put him in a more positive light, but we still don't have all the information that came out of Atlanta. And knowing Marcus Mariota just off of what I've known him to be, just watching through TV since he's been at Hawaii, like Marcus Mariota's always been like, everybody's talked about how pristine of a guy he is, how great his character is. So it leads me to believe that the Atlanta Falcons was doing some janky shit. Janky shit being done in Atlanta, that wouldn't be a first. That wouldn't be a first. I know Deli asked me if I was coming to Atlanta. I try to avoid Atlanta because there's so much jank shit going on nowadays. Penix might have been overhyped, but it's wild. People are calling him a bust after 8 starts. Yeah, I wouldn't call him a bust. But I think that he's doing everything that I expected him to do in 8 starts within his NFL career. Jayden and Terry for the Chargers. You think that's when both of them coming back? I wouldn't be opposed to it. You know, Terry McLaurin did have his career high in SoFi Stadium. So I know he loved playing on that turf. He talked about it on that episode he did with Debo Samuel. What you know about that? Oh, my God. Why are we talking about pineal glands, bro? Why are we talking about pineal glands? This is why I love the Commander Caucus chat, though. Y'all remember a couple weeks ago, bruh said that he want balls thrown at Luke and Ben's face. Like, y'all say the most wild shit in the chat. And this is why I don't come with a script. Because, like, what did I say about a pineal gland for you to start talking about pineal glands, bruh? Yes, I know what pineal glands are. Why are we talking about it on the Commander Caucus stream? Who got a fucked up pineal gland? Todd, what's up? It's only 8:30. It's only 8:05, bro. It ain't even 8:30. It's only 8:05, brother, man. I know we could only be about one glass in, so why the fuck are we talking about pineal glands? They moved the line versus Vegas too, put belt to ass though. I ain't studying the Falcons. Terrell out, wide receivers eat. Pierce hurt, wide receiver. Gotta watch Walker though. They got speed on the edge. Yeah, I think them moving the line against Vegas was fucking tomfoolery to start. But I do put more emphasis on them moving the line this week because there's a potential that Terry McLaurin ain't playing. We knew Wednesday or last week that Terry McLaurin was going to be showing up against Vegas. We ain't know how many yards he was going to be putting up at the time. But yes, Steve Largent. We can't be expecting Luke McCaffrey to just turn into Steve Largent. Right? We can't. But I think that 1.5 has a little to do with Terry, but I think that they're more conscious of the fact that that Jayden might not go this week. Or they just try and finesse you. Y'all know Vegas good for the good old finesse. You know Vegas good for the good old finesse. Heard the Falcons ain't get past the 30-yard line the whole game. 1.5 with the way our front seven is playing is crazy. That's why you got to ask yourself, why is it only 1.5, CT? Vegas thinking like you. They thinking that you thinking like you thinking right now. I think Washington going to win. Don't be surprised if it's a 1-point win. A little 24-23 action. But I do think that the Falcons are capable of giving us fits. Shit, we saw fucking Bijan look like prime LT against us just what? 10 months ago? 10 months ago? And I know the stat line makes it seem like Bobby Wagner had a prime Bobby Wagner game. Y'all saw my videos if you follow me on social media. Bobby Wagner's still stuck in mud. He's still stuck in cement. I don't know what the fuck makes Joe Witt think that we can run as much man coverage and match coverage with Bobby Wagner as our middle linebacker as we do. I really think that is coaching malpractice. I don't want to harp on it too much because we are 2-1. But I promise you, if Joe Witt tries to run a bunch of man and match coverage with Bobby Wagner or Bijan Robinson, Bobby Wagner's hamstring will be left in Atlanta. And we will be looking for that bitch for the rest of the season. Bobby Wagner's old Ninja Turtle ass will be looking like Master Splinter, chasing around Michelangelo. If we put him in man and match coverage against Bijan Robinson for more than 2 reps. Shit, that might be 2 reps too many. Rest Jayden. I agree with you, Manny. If he's 100% play Jayden, I don't think he's anywhere between. I don't think he's anywhere close to 100% though. Contrary to what he might have led you to believe, based off of his press conference today. Same game plan this week, ground and pound with Zach Ertz, Tutty, and Debo taking one to the crib on Sunday. I would love to see it. I love the big returns that we're getting from Debo. I think that Debo Samuel should be our kick returner, but I'm not holding my breath on a Debo Samuel kick return. Shit, he even made a tweet today because they put up a segment of his mic'd up where he was returning the kick, and he replied and he quote tweeted it, and he was like, "Man, that one should have been to the crib or something like that." And I'm like, "No, it shouldn't have." Like Debo, I'm glad you hit the shit out those holes. You clearly have experience. Man, what the fuck is Debo Samuel's Twitter handle? But Debo, you clearly have experience with the ball in your hands as a kick returner, but that top end speed a little shaky, gang. That top end speed ain't what it used to be, gang. So I don't know if we getting too many crib calls from Debo. That shit gonna have to be blocked perfectly. That shit is gonna have to be blocked exquisitely. And based off of what our special teams unit has been doing over the last couple of weeks, he might get an exquisitely blocked kick return where he can take it to the house. But if it's Debo Samuel one-on-one with anybody other than a kicker, I don't know if that shit going to the crib, bro. I don't know if it's going to the crib. I don't know. Debo's never been a burner. Yeah, he said, yeah, it could have been crib. I don't know if that was crib, Debo. I don't know. I think Buddy had a beat on you the whole time. I think Buddy had a beat on you the whole time. Oh, man, let me get away from this. Let me not even let them think that I'm watching this joint before they fucking try to fucking demonetize another stream. Shout out to Bowie High School. Oh, yeah, Bowie High until I die. Bowie High until I die. Proud of Bowie High. I bleed that maroon and blue. That burgundy and blue, whatever Bowie High colors is. Man, watching Ken Law's interviews, he logged in. I just think Ken Law's super appreciative of being back home, bro. Ken Law reminds me of like them crash outs that I played high school football with. That was real live in the transition classes, but like they still play football. They still had the opportunity, equal opportunity for everybody. They still got the opportunity to play football. He just happened to be like a 6'6", 330 crash out. You just don't happen to see those. A lot of crash outs, they suffer from Napoleon syndrome. They be little with shit. Nah, Javon Kinlaw is the complete opposite end of the spectrum on the crash out spectrum. He just 6'6", 335 pounds. Like, he one of them crash outs you really don't want to fuck with. I wouldn't be surprised. We saw him balling in the Bordeaux. I wouldn't be surprised if Javon Kinlaw owned like 10 black Air Force Ones, size 27. If we run the ball like we did last Sunday, we win it by at least 6. I can see that. I can see that because I'm not scared of this Falcons defensive line at all. I can see that. We need a screw loose ooze game. We need 2 sacks, force a fumble. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it. I definitely think we need one of those type of games, and I definitely think that this is the prime position for him to do it because that Atlanta Falcons offensive line is a little shaky. I think they're better in the run game than they are to pass, so I think we need to deplore Frankie Louvu in some of the same ways that we deplored him last year, but I can see it. I might play Frankie Louvu sack. You know, when we do the parlay at the end of the stream, which we about to do. Damn, it's already been an hour already. That's how you know I love chopping it up. Time is flying with y'all. But before we do the parlay, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Go ahead and send a super chat if you're feeling generous. Your comment will jump to the front. And I will make sure to get to your comment before the stream ends. Oh, JD5 is back. You think JD5 back, Matt? I don't know. I wouldn't be too confident. I wouldn't be as confident. I think it's a chance. I think it is, bro. John Allen don't even get talked about. Why we gotta talk about John Allen? Oh man, Los. Shout out, Los. What's up, gang? I appreciate you supporting the channel. Awesomeness, my guy, Awesomeness. What's up, man? How are you? I appreciate you supporting the channel as well. So before we do this parlay, before we do this one parlay, you know I'm gonna win you some money. What are we 1 and 2? No. Oh, we didn't have props last week, so we made that bullshit ticket. I'm not counting that. I told you I wasn't counting that last week. We 1 and 1 because we didn't have any props last week because they didn't know if Jayden Daniels was going to play. So we were no. I told y'all I played that Commander. Hold on. Did that ticket hit last week? Were we up at halftime by more than 2 points? Because if we were, that ticket hit last week, y'all. I played that Commanders plus 10.5. Y'all remember? Why do I feel like we went in the halftime tied, though? No, we didn't. Yeah, because Matt Gay kicked the field goal. Yeah, that ticket hit last week, y'all. That ticket hit last week. Because the Raiders definitely scored more than 6.5 points in the first quarter. We won by more than 10.5. But last week is last week. We gonna count it 1 and 1 because I told y'all that was a bullshit ticket. So I can't count it when I hit if I wasn't gonna count it when I didn't. So let's look at the lays. Let's look at the lays this week. What we feeling this week? Y'all done looked at some props. I know y'all some degenerate gamblers like me. What we liking this week? What props we liking this week? What props we liking this week? Commanders 1.5. What's the total? But even if we don't count that ticket, y'all, this is all the more reason why you should be tapped into bleeding and being G. Because who the fuck was saying that we was going to be winning by 9.5 points with Jayden? Man, I'm not looking to log in. I'm just trying to bet real quick. FanDuel. NF. Hold on. I'm just looking to bet real quick, bro. No, I'm not. Oh, all right, here we go. Sportsbook. I sound like a straight degenerate. No, I am not looking to log in. I'm just looking to bet real quick. Calling 34 to 21 skins, easy money. If you think so. I got to wash it and win. Should I start doing score predictions on these Commander Caucus streams? Fuck it. We're going to do it now. I told y'all. 24-23 Washington win. I think we win, but don't cover. I think that we have trouble in the passing game without Terry McLaurin. But I think bold prediction. This is Ja'Cory Carson-Merritt's first 100-yard game. From Alabama, playing home. I think that he's the type of back that benefits to playing on a fast turf or indoor track. And I think that he's the type of back that can take advantage of what the only thing that the Atlanta Falcons defense is good at. They're good at like over pursuing and pursue angles. That's really like the only thing that they're good at. But when you got a fucking cutback demon like Ja'Cory Carson-Merritt, he's able to take advantage of some of those pursuit angles and make defenders look silly. All right, let's go to the Washington line. Y'all know, if my payout ain't plus 1,000 or better, I'm not touching it. I'm trying to turn your $10 to $100. So what we doing today? Let's see. What we doing today? Cam, Atlanta Falcons are first team in 2 seasons to not have a play past the opponent's 30-yard line. I get all the facts. I knew that. I know that too. I know that. I was watching NFL Network just like you, y'all. I was watching NFL Network just like you, but you got to ask yourself why the line is -1.5. I guess CT said that the line moved against the Vegas Raiders as well, but we knew that Terry McLaurin was playing. I think that's a stark difference. While I don't think that Terry McLaurin is going to move a line 2 points, I think that he's capable of moving the line a half a point or 1 point. So I think that this is tied into Jayden Daniels' uncertainty as well as, don't tell me we ain't got props again because Jayden not playing. Bruh, oh my God. We don't have props again, y'all. We don't have props again because Jayden, we don't know if Jayden and Terry are playing apparently. So let's see what I can bet. So, I'm usually an advocate of FanDuel, but they try and be all fake ball knowers and shit, not putting up props. Like, why don't we have any props, bro? We done had a 1-game sample size with Marcus Mariota. Like, we can call it what it is. Like, the offense ain't look too different. Like, let's see if DraftKings got any props. That just crushed my soul, y'all. That just fucking crushed my soul. With JCM questionable, what'd you say, George? What'd you say? With JCM questionable over on C-Rod rushing, C-Rod. I like C-Rod anytime touchdown. If we could get some fucking odds on that, fucking with FanDuel. Oh shit. Now it's coming down crazy. I'm about to see if DraftKings has any odds. If they don't, y'all, we gonna make another fucking ticket. Or should I just say fuck it? Do we make a fucking ticket or do we say fuck it? We about to see what DraftKings talking about. I like C-Rod anytime touchdown though, George. I love that. Skins -3 over 45. Bill anytime touchdown. Zach anytime touchdown. B. John 70 rush out. Ooh, that's a nice little same game lay. That's a nice little same game lay. I would love to know the odds on that. Fucking with these sports books, pulling out information. Let's see. Come on, bruh. Between StreamYard and it being Hurricane Katrina, Hurricane Sandy outside, this internet wild. And I got the Ethernet shit. Like, this shit should be moving fast as fuck. All right, we got some props on DraftKings. I think. All right, we got a couple of props on DraftKings. We don't have a lot, but we got a couple of props on DraftKings. Let me see. So we got some Falcon props. We got all Atlanta Falcon props. So we only got Falcon props. So guess what? Me being the degenerate gambler that I am, we gonna fuck around and make a ticket using Falcon props. Because we can still bet on our Washington Commanders. Like I said, mm, mm. We're gonna play the over 45.5. That's my favorite bet. That's my favorite bet. They think we're going in there with a backup quarterback. The Atlanta Falcons scored 0 points last week. They're fully capable. They have a bunch of weapons. That's my favorite bet probably so far. Did the screen not come up? What are we doing? Give me 1 second. Let me put screen up for y'all. I thought we was gambling together. All right, here we go. Let me put the screen up for y'all. Stream y'all gonna kiss my ass. Y'all definitely take my $50 every fucking month though. All right, it's gonna come up, but my over 45.5. I'm gonna rock out with George. Oh, George, Vegas might know something. George, them C-Rod anytime touchdown odds only a plus 175. Only a plus 175 for a guy that was inactive the first 2 weeks of the season and didn't score in a game where we scored 40 points. Vegas might know something. So I like that though, George. Because I feel like they might be knowing that C-Rock going to get in that paint. I think they might know something because why are those odds so short? Why are those odds so short? Why is my screen not showing? Oh, man. They about to piss me off. Streaming about to piss me off. So, over 45.5. Hopefully the screen comes up at some point, man. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. But guess what? You can look at this cool commander ad I got. Over 45.5. C-Rod anytime touchdown. So I know y'all can't see it on the screen right now, but we're at plus 340 odds. So we can only bet on the game lines with the Commanders. So I'm gonna take the Falcons first quarter. No. I'm gonna take the Falcons first quarter. I think they're gonna come out guns a blazing. I'm gonna take the Falcons first quarter. Falcons first quarter money line. So that takes me to plus 675. And no, just because I took the Falcons first quarter does not mean that I think they're gonna win the game, guys. Please don't hate me. All right, there we go with this man. There we go with this man. Yeah, I don't know why the screen not showing. And it's really pissing me off. We're gonna go, no, not Washington. We're gonna go Falcons first half money line. So that takes us to 6-7. That takes us to plus 800. So over 45.5. C-Rod anytime touchdown. Falcons money line takes us to plus 800 so far. I need one more bet. Y'all know I don't like my payouts. I only like my payouts plus 1,000 or better. Plus 1,000 or better. So I need one more leg. And what we gonna do? What we gonna do for this leg? And the last leg, we gonna go. Don't hate me, y'all. But I can only bet on. can only bet on the Falcons. We're going to go Bijan. Damn, Bijan don't even have receiving props. What the fuck, bro? So I'm going to play it safe. And we only need plus 1,000 odds. And Bijan's line is 78.5. We're going to go Bijan. And that takes us to plus 1,000 on the nose. All right, so over 45.5 points. Chris Rodriguez, anytime touchdown score. Atlanta Falcons, money line first quarter. Bijan over 60 alternate rushing yards. That parlay pays out plus 1,000. $10 will win you $100. And I think that's a winner. I'm about to head out of here, though, because StreamYard is throwing me the fuck off because I don't know why they're not sharing my screen. I'm about to go good old customer service out because we can't be doing this. We can't be affecting a Commander's Caucus stream like this. Like we can't be compromising a Commander Caucus stream like this. But I appreciate y'all support coming in, tuning in for the 4th rendition of Commander Caucus, week 4 edition. As I said at the beginning of the stream, 2-in-1 move. We going bird hunting this week in Atlanta for the men, the women, and the Transformers. Everybody can see the show, whether it's Marcus Mariota or Jayden Daniels at the helm. I don't care. Marcus Mariota, Jayden Daniels, Cocker Spaniel. My cousin named Daniel. Commanders by 1. Commanders win. Commanders money line. But I'll check in there, y'all, next Wednesday. Make sure, if you haven't this week, tune into our content that we posted this week. We did a game recap. We did our reaction video, as well as our vlog. I think y'all would enjoy the vlog. I started seeing Lloyd in that joint. Y'all can really see a different side of me that y'all don't see in every video. But, yeah, I'll check in on y'all on the flip side. I appreciate y'all spending y'all Wednesday night, y'all Wednesday evening with the boy. I'll check in on y'all on the flip side. Peace.